I say I keep.
It's about that time.
Pre-record on my count. 7, 6, 5, 4. Here we go, Roger.
On Insights, 2 eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS, where we always talk the talk.
Hello, everybody, hello. This is Mickey Clayton, the coach, and Earl, the Pearl.
Yes, sir. Hey, you coming in from a remote location. You fancy.
Boy, it take a whole lot longer to try to get this thing up and running when you're not in Studio 13.
Yeah, but you the man with the plan, so ain't no real big issue for you.
Oh man, I tried for it not to be a real big issue. That's for sure. But while I'm on the plan with the traveling version of Insights, I got another special guest.
Look at my man. What's going on, brother?
The Jeremiah Report. How you doing, Jeremiah?
Good.
You gonna speak to Coach Earl?
Yes.
Speak up now. You gonna get shot.
They say you playing flag football and doing your dance after you score touchdowns. How about that?
No.
Oh no!
You gonna show us your dance?
I don't have one.
Oh.
What did you do when you had a pick six?
I did this, yay.
My man.
What did you like playing better? You like flag football better, or you like playing basketball better?
Flag football better.
Speak up. Why you like basketball better?
No, I said flag football.
Oh, flag football better. What you like about that?
I like it because I like taking people's flags.
You were scared to go grab the flag.
No.
You were scared you run over there and outrun them, and then you wouldn't grab the flag. What was up with that?
Nothing.
I see you got your pajamas on. Why you dressed like that?
Because whenever I go to bed, I don't have to change again.
Oh.
It's probably a bedtime anyway. The street lights on.
Is it time for you to go to bed?
No, Papa, not yet.
Oh, no time you go to bed.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. You doing better with your classes now?
Yeah, Papa.
Uh-huh. What's the biggest key to getting your classes and stuff straight?
I don't know.
You don't know? You still trying to figure it out?
Yes, Papa.
What would you tell somebody not to get in trouble about their classes? What would you tell them?
I don't get in trouble.
And how you keep from getting in trouble?
Not doing what I'm doing.
Not doing what you're doing.
Yes, Papa.
Okay, man. Well, we appreciate you.
Go.
Hey, truth and honor. Okay,
That's
man.
The Jeremiah Report.
The Jeremiah Report.
Yes, Papa.
He thought, yes, Papa. Came from when the street lights came on, came outside, got his bath, and put on his pajamas. His grandma said, you can't wear them. I said, if he want to wear them, let him wear them. We good either way it go.
That's right. Hey, better be in the house when the street lights come on.
Ain't that what we were told?
That's right.
And we were big boys, and that was still a story. Man, I want to thank you, Earl. You've done a real good job of getting guests for us for Insights. You had one of your students, and then you had we met Terrell Buckley in the parking lot and over there in Highlandman. And you said, well, you ought to be on Insights. And
yeah,
he was immediately on. That show actually went real good for us last week. We've gotten a lot of positive comments from that show.
Hey, you never know. You never know. You just never know. Hey, all he could do was say no. I don't think that was gonna kill us. It damn sure wasn't gonna hurt my golf game none.
You know, going out playing golf with you, the one who got me started playing golf. Now you one got me started on that weight loss plan, following your example, and thank you in front of everybody. Thank you for getting me that way. And then they mess with me, say we've been trying to get you to play 20 years and you wouldn't come play. You say you wasn't gonna follow no bouncing ball, but you come out here with Earl. But
I was in the same boat. You ain't by yourself. It took some pride, but I tell you, anybody who's not playing right now, it's the best thing going.
It's difficult to learn, but that doggone walking is what got me started on that weight loss plan. And
yeah,
I couldn't walk a hole that first time I tried to walk. I think I got 1.5 holes. I was about to die.
There is a benefit. I won't tell everybody the story. I'll leave that alone.
You say you leave it alone.
I'm gonna hold on to that one for when I really need it. That's for blackmail purposes, America. That's for blackmail purposes.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, we kind of got this thing going now with everybody kind of getting involved and everything. Do you remember 2 years ago, maybe 3, when COVID-19 hit? I mean, we were in the middle of the tournament and just stopped. I mean, there were tournaments that were going on that got stopped at halftime. Presidents were taking their kids off the floor. It was kind of crucial.
Yeah, that's right. That is about the time. This is about that time, isn't it? March Madness, pre-March Madness will always be remembered as the beginning of the pandemic.
They took people off the floor at halftime. I mean, we wondered if that was the last jump shot we were going to see for the year, and it was.
And cleared the arena.
And the Ivy League led the way. The Ivy League was like, look, our kids not playing. And once the Ivy League made that decision, other presidents, they made the decision. They took that out of the hands of their athletic directors and their coaches.
Yeah, the rest of us not that smart.
Must not have been, because it almost killed the NCAA, because that was their number one fundraiser. And the money they lost from the NCAA basketball tournament almost crippled them. I mean, they were in dire straits trying to survive from that. But COVID-19 had everybody scared. Do you remember where you were when that hit and what was going on with you then?
I can't quite recall. I don't think it was spring break just yet.
No, it was
matter of fact, no, Coach, you know what? I do know where I was. I was actually leading up to our college and career fair. I was leading up to our college and career fair, and the participants started dropping out one after the other, and it was swift. And it was almost as if all of the emails came in at once to say that we're not going to be able to participate today. And the next thing you know, we were telling our students that it was time to go home. They actually cleared campus, and that was it. And we didn't come back. Did not return to school for the remainder of the year. And the next year was a hybrid, which was last year. And now we are kind of getting back to normal.
Well, it was also wreaked havoc with the high schools. I mean, they didn't know what to do. And they ended up forfeiting seasons and canceling seasons the following year and limited games. And the effects even shown now, because what's happened is a lot of the kids got reclassified to get another year of high school participation. So they had kids that they got reclassified that were supposed to be seniors and got reclassified as juniors so they could regain that lost year. For a number of kids that we telecast on games this year, man, we had them as seniors, and they told us no, they got reclassified and that they were juniors. But one of the things that Terrell, because you look like you're trying to catch up with me, like you might have had some tacos you didn't like, but they had that. One of the things that Terrell talked about was the closeness of the guys on his team. And we had, I was able to go to the high school championship, basketball championship. I only got involved because my daughter was coaching at North Florida Christian, and I hadn't been to a game since COVID. And I had to go support her. And as I went, Insights got out more and more, and we started doing more and more games. And as teams advanced, to the state, we were pulling for them. So between Florida High boys making it to the championship game and a friend of ours, my roommate, Norman Reddy, he was there. His grandson was playing 6'4" shooting guard. I had to go see him, but it was really kind of special to be able to be in a lot of that's about my roommate.
Everybody needs to get the shot.
The commissioner. I don't know. I had you turn around looking like that. You're looking right there. Tell me, that really says a lot for you to be all the way down here following your team.
A lot of these guys I watched grow up since they was young kids. And so being back, I've been at the high school. This is my 21st year at Seminole High School. I'm born and raised in Seminole in the 91 grade. So it's an honor to be able to see them from a lot of little babies to now seniors and juniors in high school.
Okay. And you being here, you drove over and all you have children in it?
No, I don't have any kids, but the twins are like my nephews, and their father here is like a brother to me, and he's actually a godfather to my children. So we're real close.
Oh, that's family right there.
Yes.
We appreciate you being here. We're gonna talk to Dad.
All right.
Dad, what's it mean to you to be here to see your son?
Oh man, it's an experience that's unreal, just being able to watch them and watch them develop and grow. They're super blessed, and God has given them a natural gift in both football and basketball, and just to be able to sit back and watch them. I coached for quite some time, but just to be able to sit back and watch the development and the growth, it's unreal. The older I get, the more emotional I get. You sit here just, tearing up and just watching, seeing where they come from as young kids to now young men.
Well, I thank you for taking the time to tell us one last question. The twins, are the game exactly alike, or do each one do something different?
They're very competitive. You can't really tell. They feed off each other, so they pretty much equal.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Oh, I think I
Charlie Ward, run stop.
Man, that was a little special. There go my teammates, Chandler Thomas on the board at the FHSAA and Norman Reddy, also known as Charles, in freshman.
Okay, yeah, Chambliss Thomas. I've had the pleasure of meeting him a time or two. But yeah, definitely, Coach, that you can only feel a sense of pride and joy for those kids, especially when you know them. Anthony Robinson and my son, they grew up together just a year apart. And of course, knowing his dad for quite a while, former baseball coach at FAMU, and now the current athletic director at Florida High, which, by the way, they had their celebration today for the state championship team. And but you just get a real sense of pride and joy to see those guys make that, accomplish that feat.
And it helped show me what we had missed being a part of all that. Mm-hmm. I said Anthony played at FAMU High, played baseball, and Sway played basketball. I don't remember ever busting a grape at basketball. And his wife, a student at FAMU, and we watched them. And Granddad was sitting in the gym, help us pick the women's basketball team. I used to say, "Well, Coach, I need to go on and cut her because she can't play. Get rid of her." So Mr. Robinson was the electrician on campus and stuff, and so we're really proud of them and all that they did. And the students really did have a major impact on that game because they came in late at halftime. They came in late. One of the kids said, "I don't even know why we came. We'll get here before halftime." But
yeah, I-75. I-75. Yeah, I noticed that they're in the background, and one thing I've always wished, even when I was in that position in that arena, is that you play an entire high school season with your student body behind you, and then you get to state, and the funding is just not there to allow the kids to go and enjoy the moment. A lot of times, I know when I was in high school, there was always a fan bus, student bus. It wasn't an issue. I never had to pay a dime to go and support my friends and my peers. It just wasn't like that. And now that's just rare. It's going to cost you. And, to be able to get a seat on a bus is going to cost you upwards of $100 in order to go and support your team, to support your teammates and your classmates. It's just so unfortunate And so you wish that you could see a lot more students at those events, because that's who really makes the game. You saw all those empty seats, and there, you really wish that you could carry 3-4 busloads of your student body with you.
And it's changed so much. It used to be a time that there were no seats available for the state tournament, and it was a packed house. And something's happened over the years that it has lost that luster, even with the teams in the area not coming. Right. And it's just really kind of surprising. The students always make the games. The students make the games in college. The students make the games in high school. How many times you sit over there where we are at a football game and look at the students and how crazy they're acting and laugh and say, you remember when you used to sit over there, you were doing the same thing.
That's right. And highlight the student section as we do sometimes. That's right.
Yeah. That's where the funk comes from them, from the energy from them. And we had talked about in the preseason that the two guards they had, Trey and Anthony Robinson, were 2 Division I guards, one a junior, one a senior, that were probably the best 2 in that part of Florida. But what they proved is that they might be 2 of the best in the state of Florida at any size, at any classification. No, they really got after it. And both put on it, both carried the team. Both carried the team for different periods of time.
Yeah, no question. And we talked about Florida High and how and echoed the words of Charlie Ward. A lot more talented teams that he has had during his tenure, but maybe not so much the chemistry that this team had. And it definitely showed this year.
And it's funny you say that, because one of my former players was saying that the team that we had that did not win the conference championship, where we had an NBA center, 7'1", had 6'10", 6'10", 6'9", 6'7", 6'6". He said, I've never seen a team like what we had in HBCU basketball. He said, we gave Auburn a fit. Right. He said, we carried some of them to the wire and could barely get 500 in the MEAC because all the pieces didn't fit. Everybody just didn't play together like they needed to. And he said, we lose a lot of the big guys, a lot of those guys that were really great individual players. And the next year we win the tournament and go to the dance, and going to the tournament, winning that MEAC tournament, playing in a play-in game and playing every other night in one uniform and getting out to playing the late game and nowhere to get anything to eat. Those guys made the ultimate sacrifices to be the first Florida A&M men's basketball team to get a bid to go to the NCAA tournament. Because when we won, we didn't get a playing game. We went straight to the sacrificial lamb with Duke. And our fans bought up every ticket that was allotted to Florida A&M. We played in Charlotte. And I remember I hit my assistant coach and I said, do you see them? He said, what? I said, look in front of us, because they were sitting directly in front of us. They were doing wave. They weren't doing the wave around the stadium. They were doing the wave going up and down. Up, back down. And we got beat pretty bad. But because of our story, how we got there, starting the season 0-9 and still winning the conference championship, when we came back out for the second game, the Duke Arena, mostly Duke fans in there, stood up, gave us a standing ovation. Get our seats,
I recall that.
It was a pretty incredible thing, And before we go too far, I want to thank you and introduce us to another guest that we'll have on in 2 weeks. Donated my Saturday way longer than I thought I was going to be at the spelling bee with the Shea Academy. Tell us a little bit how you met that young lady.
You know what? That's a good question. I'm not sure how I met Shaquilin Shedrick, but she is a dynamic young lady and doing great things here in the community, and in particular with our young ladies, teaching them how to be young ladies and how to carry themselves appropriately. Just all too often, we see now the bad girls and the attitudes and things of that nature seemingly embraced. And that's pretty sad to see that. But Shaquaylin Shedrick, she CEO of She Academy, she's doing an outstanding job, Coach, with the young ladies that she works with. I have the pleasure of teaching some of those young ladies, which might actually be how we met through one of my dynamic students that is going to really be up and coming. And so I want to say that's probably how we met, but being involved Saturday in the spelling bee with her organization was a real treat, and it was a learning experience, and it's something that's she's going to be able to grow from and make even bigger and better. But the great part is she was able to bless 3 top students, total of $225, and hell, I should have been one of the participants.
Well, one thing, if you're gonna tell this much of her, I don't need to have her on in 2 weeks to tell us that. If you're gonna tell she stealing all the baby thunder from her own show.
She gonna have a lot more, and she looks better than me.
Like that was an accomplishment.
Well, I mean, that is kind of tough, but yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Moving along, special commendation to Cinco Buckets. MJ Randolph, SWAC Player of the Year. He's been a student that's been involved with a lot of the INSiiGHTS activities and functions with sites, and you'll see him playing a character on when we're promoting Freshman the book, which you need to go to INSiiGHTS website, get your order for the copy, Freshman, and MJ is just a really good guy. So we were in communications and just congratulating him on his achievement. One of the things I told him was to just go to the tournament and every now and then just stand on the floor during a timeout or while they're shooting a free throw, take a deep breath, inhale it, feel it, look around in the facility and make sure that you can smell it, that you could feel it, that you could taste it. Just remember it, because these days don't come all the time. You're a senior, be able to recapture the moment. And he was just saying how excited he was. And I said, well, I will tell you this. I want you to experience what it's like to go to the dance. It's 1,000 times greater than the tournament. 1,000 times is no way I can share in words what that experience is like to go to the dance. That's 2 shows in itself just to cover that. But I wanted him to make sure that he continues to work on his relationships, with his teammates and meeting people and establishing relationships and contacts, because that's really very important.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, it seems like they have a real good time together, and that they like each other, and that's important.
They do. It really does seem like that. In the meantime, I want to read funeral arrangements for Coach Joseph Durant, a former baseball player, former baseball coach, a good friend of mine who passed. And the funeral arrangements for Coach Durant are as follows. March 11th at 11 o'clock, Old West Florida Enrichment Center, 2344 Lake Bradford Road, Tallahassee. Viewing will be held from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Burial will be held at 1 o'clock at National Cemetery, 5015 Appalachia Parkway. Our condolences out to Coach Durant, to Joe, to his son, to the FAMU baseball family. Those guys that played baseball are really very close. And in memory of Joe Durant, we have one of the interviews that we had with him when he talked about.
It's called Remembering the Legends. Is a legend himself, former baseball coach at Florida A&M University, head baseball coach, and former legendary and my classmate, the honorable, respectable, famous, illustrious Joseph G for great Durant.
Boy, I never had intro nothing like that before. Only you could do it.
We want to talk about and remembering the legends is one of our classmates. I want you to share some insight about is Andre Hawk Dawson. Let's share a story about or tell the people about our classmate, the Hawk, the Hall of Fame, Andre Dawson.
Oh man, great guy. 20 years Major League Baseball, 21, 22 years Major League Baseball. And boy, you still think he on the yard when he talked to you. He's just been that close all these years. He did so many things to help me during my career, for his equipment and even fundraisers, man. We had some of the biggest fundraisers because of him right there on campus and everything. He the one told me about the baseball card show. And, we started making money off baseball card shows and stuff like that. And, he had us on his package with Mizuno he had that time. So we got all free gloves and shoes, and everybody thought we had a contract and all we thought we had money. But you know the story about behind that money deal.
Mm-hmm.
He just helped us out so much, man. Then when I went to Cooperstown where he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Man, that's one of the best days of my life, And man, and he had us down as a part of the family. Me, Dr. Ramsey, the late Dr. Ramsey and myself, we enjoyed ourselves. Chicago Cubs had a night staff for him. And we were invited as special guests, man. That was a big honor, being at Cooperstown, seeing him going in and him talking about his days at FAMU. And he was on that FAMU for 3 years. He played 21 years of Major League Baseball. But all the friends he made at FAMU, we still keep in contact with each other and everything. That's one great thing. He's gonna be Andre. He's good guy.
I ran into him years ago. He was on campus for something. And when I saw him, he was like, "Hey, Mick, how you doing?" I said, "Hawk." I said, "You remember me?" He talking about, "Man, who could forget you?" And I just kind of laughed because, it had been years. And I wouldn't say that we were friends that hung out together, although the basketball team and the baseball team were always close and always supportive of each other. But I need you to verify a story that was a legend that reached legendary status when we were there and the baseball field was across from Gaither Gym and the Hawk hitting one to end up in the parking lot.
I remember him hitting one that hit that gate. That gate was 400 and possibly we measured it wrong, but we measured 409 feet, and it was a line drive. And he hit that gate. And that ball shot back so hard, you could tell how hard it was hit. From a home play, we played on the car pass.
Right.
You wasn't allowed a home run, but that ball, that ball there, I would never forget that one he hit right there. Oh yeah, he hit one. He hit one in the parking lot. He hit one in the street. But the one Dawson hit to that gate on a line, I never like that before in my life. That 409 feet on a line drive. And hit that gate. The gate was closed. It hit that top railing, shot back. Man, I said, wow. The ball came off his bat different than anybody else. When we first started playing, we didn't have no aluminum bat. We were swinging wood bats. Mm-hmm. So you got hi-yow sound. When he hit that ball, it was that sound different than anybody else's. We was stuff like that. We had that die-yow sound too. But it wasn't like that when Dawson had. And look at him. And he was so fast when the ball hit the gate, he might have been rounding third base coming on in the home, because he could run. He was a big, tall guy. You got to get with him and do a show with him. I know he'll be glad to do it too.
But I want to do a story just on the Hawk.
Everybody talking about the relationship with teammates. Our teammates were pretty close too. And the baseball team and the basketball team, see, we were on Sampson Hall. We were on the 4th floor. We were up there together. We thought we were hell raisers, but the baseball team, them guys were crazy.
Hey, that's where the legend of Hankerson began too. Sampson Hall.
Sampson Hall, huh? Yes, sir. Famous there. You know.
That's all right. Legends. Goodness gracious.
Legends.
Definitely our prayers to Coach Durant. My roommate played under him as a freshman, going into FAMU. So definitely had a chance to meet him, talk with him, and definitely prayers to him and his family.
Well, Jeremiah, we brought you back by popular demand.
I see.
Yeah.
I'll chop liver.
Say you chop liver. What you gonna do, Jeremiah?
Eat dinner.
Why you eating dinner, man?
Because I'm hungry.
Well, I guess that's what you're supposed to do when you're hungry is go eat dinner. Who's that right there, Jeremiah?
My mom.
That's your mom. Okay. You gonna tell everybody good night, Jeremiah? You see them next time.
Good night. See you next time.
Oh boy, hey, he got that nose in that plate, boy. It's time to eat again. How many times have I eaten today? Is it time for breakfast? I said, you got the sequence way messed up, man. But you get yourself another plate. Man, I appreciate you filling in. You know, we headed to March Madness. You know, they get these bids out. I won't be anywhere but watching that. You know, I love that Thursday, Friday. I don't care that Thursday, Friday come out. I don't go to work. I don't go nowhere. I hook up Studio 13, and we have about 3-4 games on at the same time.
Absolutely. They crowned Gonzaga, went ahead and took the WCC championship again today. Nobody's going to catch up with them, doesn't look like.
It doesn't. It doesn't look like that way. Jeremiah, Auntie Toy said to tell you that she love you. He love you too. They talk about Jeremiah getting huge. He getting all the comments, ain't he?
Yeah.
They already told me, talking about he need to have his own Jeremiah report once a month. The rest of y'all could just stop and let him do his own thing. Well, man, did you see they had the fight in the tournament and with the fans and coming out the stands?
No. Where was that?
Yeah. Last night. Had it been the MEAC or the SWAC, it'd have been in National News, ESPN. It'd have been on ABC and everybody. It was ugly. Yeah.
Wow.
It was ugly. It was ugly. But we appreciate you standing in. We try to keep it moving, and we appreciate everybody. We're basketball. I'm a basketball guy, so this is my time of the year. Congratulations again to Florida High. We had to do something extended for them. Exactly right. Their boys and girls team. Some of the girls team were at the game. I saw the principal. She was running around looking for somebody to hug. She looked like Jimmy V when he won. Remember they showed that picture of Jimmy V running around. He's trying to hug somebody. Couldn't find it. You know, it was an emotional thing, and Florida High deserved it. They've been close. No cigar. We said earlier that they didn't look like the Florida High teams of past. They got after it on defense, and I mean, they really got after it. And those guys were just, not going to be denied. But in the INSiiGHTS way, we keep trying to branch out, make sure we cover the stories a little bit more in depth than what everybody else covers. We have some things coming to you. We appreciate y'all that are reaching out to INSiiGHTS to get involved. We were able to get into a middle school, do one of the games. We saw Cobb. Man, we saw them. They were behind for the first time all year at the end of one quarter. And they woke up and went to work. But basketball in Tallahassee is going to be on the rise in about 2 seasons. Those young kids are going to grow up. I only wish that the rosters would list heights. Because I looked at maybe 5 guys on the floor that looked like they were about 6'4". And 6'3", 6'4", 8th grade, that's something there. I was 6'3" in 10th grade, got to 6'6". So you know, there's some more room for growth with those guys, and they're playing basketball. Some of them only playing basketball. So,
yeah,
you know, and we've had entering, you know, we got some things going on in INSiiGHTS that, you know, we appreciate the support from everybody. Continue to support us, understand what we're trying to do, and that's bring attention to your programs to you. That's what we're trying to do. You know, as Sports Divas say, hashtag INSiiGHTS everywhere. Hashtag it's about the kids. Earl, we always appreciate you standing in. We appreciate you working like you do to find guests, to get stories of interest, to reward some of the people and bring some attention to them for what they've done.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
Man, we appreciate y'all and everybody for being with us. We will see y'all again next week, as INSiiGHTS will bring another show to you in 2 weeks. We have Earl's very special guest coming. She'll be on and be able to share some things about the spelling bee and what she does, and what the mentorship program that she has with the young ladies. We still have Corey Fuller in his position over at FSU on deck, and we still have some surprise people to come in and talk to you and let you know what they're doing.
From INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of MAC4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of MAC4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of MAC4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent their independent thoughts and representation.
This is Mickey Clayton, the coach, and Earl the Pearl. Good night, everybody. Stay safe and still keep your mask.
Have a good night.
Good night.